Hey, what is up, guys? Chase Oliver, 68 here, bringing you my Money in the Bank previews and predictions, and also maybe a little bit of a preview for what's to come for my Impact review tomorrow. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But with me is my friend and my buddy, Alan Stirk. Alan, how's it going?
Still buzzing from the Bray Wyatt debut, but doing well.
It's doing well. Yeah, I kind of like the debut myself. I wish it was someone bigger than Kane. Like, I like Kane, but it's just that I just didn't feel the impact with Kane. But I did like his entrance. His entrance was fucking sick. Like, I did not know what was going on during his entrance. It was amazing. But we're here to talk about Money in the Bank. So let's get started with like the kickoff show, the pre-show. I want to know, what's your thoughts on the name now being the kickoff show?
I guess it's all right. I think they're trying to, based on what Triple H coming out, I think they're trying to authenticize wrestling, and they're trying to make it more like a complete event. So, these matches aren't, there's nothing really special. Although they just had Sheamus and Sam now, which is actually a pretty good match.
Yeah.
So, and this should be a pretty good match too.
Yeah, this tag team match will be a good match. I agree, but I find it funny that they call it the kickoff show because there's going to be idiots that when the NFL season's on, they're going to read kickoff show and they're actually going to think that's a kickoff show on Yahoo for the NFL. So I find it genius WWE called it this just because there's so many idiots out there that will actually believe the kickoff show. They'll just be like, oh, that's the NFL kickoff show. It's like, no, that's the WWE kickoff show. But the tag team match is The Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. I don't know why I need to explain that to most people. And the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso, who got more face paint and do their cheer even louder. They're taking on each other in a tag team match. Alan, who do you have in this match? Because I think it's pretty obvious who's going to win, right?
It's The Shield, but one thing, I don't know if I'm getting this so much, but my friend just told me it's like, it's really that over. Maybe that's because the Wyatt family buzz, and the Usos is a pretty big step down in competition. I like the Usos, but nobody's gonna shy. But I don't know, do you think it's concerning that a lack of crowd reaction for the Shield lately?
Yeah. I do think it's a concern because it's like, when these guys first came in, it was like they were the most crazy things in the WWE. Fans were loving them. They're three different type of wrestlers, but I just feel like the fans are just kind of bored because they come out and they do the same shit. They don't really do anything different with the Shield. Like, the coolest thing they've done with the Shield was give them all titles and made them come to Raw in a helicopter. That's like the coolest thing yeah, that's like the sickest thing that you've seen with the Shield. And we haven't seen sick shit like that in a while with the Shield. They just come through the crowd and all this other stuff. I feel like the fans are just like kind of bored with the Shield unless they do something dramatic with the Shield like they used to. Because like that before, like the Shield were attacking main eventers and doing all this cool stuff. Now they're just like settling with the Usos. Like, why do they care about the Usos? They shouldn't care about the Usos.
Yeah, I haven't seen Ambrose on TV in a few weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, he wasn't even in that backstage segment that was hyping up the Money in the Bank for SmackDown. So
could that be a sign of him winning? We'll get to that. But another thing, I thought actually had a really good match with whatever bro Sweet Tea called himself. I thought that was actually a really fun match.
Yeah, no, it's a good match. They're great workers. I expect nothing good from this, but good from this tag team match. I just feel bad that the Usos can't win the belts, but the Shield they need to retain because hopefully a Shield and Wyatt family can help the Shield get better with the crowd or become more exciting to watch.
Yeah, well, my big plan with this is possibly at WrestleMania, you turn the Shield face. You say, they're the hounds of justice, and they're scared of the Wyatt family getting all the attention. Then you have a 6-man tag. That'd be pretty wild. But the issue is there's no such thing as long-term booking in the WWE.
So
and then you probably happen like a Survivor Series if anything.
Well, they have the rumors are that they have booked this amazing McMahon feud until WrestleMania 30. 15-minute segments with Triple H and Stephanie and Vince. No shame.
Gut challenge or whatever the hell challenge you want to call that.
Oh, with the Big O?
No, it reminded me of the gut check challenge on Monday.
Oh, okay.
Vicky?
Yeah, it kind of did in a way. I thought you were like, what? Wait, you want to?
Alex knows where to do
Oh god.
Sorry.
All right. Let's talk about the Divas match. AJ Lee versus Caitlyn. In all honesty, they're gonna have a lot of work to top their last Divas match. I hate this storyline. I honestly hate it. I think it's garbage. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone's like, oh, this is like the best women's storyline, or some people agree with me that it's garbage. I mean, honestly, this is so unoriginal shit. AJ sucks as a heel. Caitlyn sucks as a face. The only thing that is redeeming about this feud is that Caitlyn's nipples are now on the internet, but that's about it. That's the only redeeming factor for me.
Is Caitlyn like they're like based on the storylines doing? So they try to make it Trish Lita. Now they're doing Lady Cole and Mickey. It's like, are they trying to make Caitlyn like the Mickey James, where she's kind of husky and she's? It's the whole thing about her being like obese is probably like the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
It's like an animal. She looks like a beast, even though I think Caitlyn's pretty awful. And well, she's 25, and you got to give her credit, but the fact that she's on TV doing stuff like. I know people give Layla a shit out, but I mean, Caitlyn's better than Layla. Like, come on now. So, I don't know. I not really into this match. Whatever.
Yeah.
Asia probably have to retain, but I was confused with her, man. The more I watched them, I wish Karma was there. I really did.
You wish who was there?
Karma.
Oh, Karma, yeah. I wish she was there too, because I don't know. She probably would have been a comedy joke by now, blowing out Santino Morella's.
Say that, man.
She would be blowing out Santino Morella's birthday cake. Come on. Where is Santino? I thought, is he the surprise? He's injured still? I thought he was going to be back at Money in the Bank. We talked about Santino.
I know you a lot of R-Truth too. You're missing R-Truth, right?
Yeah, I'm missing R-Truth. I don't know where the fuck he's at.
We're not missing the Big Show, though.
No, I kind of like him on the kickoff show commentary. Just stay there, Big Show. You're fine. You're fine over there. We don't care. Curtis Axel, young rising star, no longer named Michael McGillicuddy, taking on the awesome-esque, boring-ass babyface The Miz. Honestly, The Miz sucks as a babyface. They need to find a way to turn Miz heel again. Curtis Axel's doing his role correctly. Paul Heyman's doing his role correctly. I just think Curtis Axel's going over here, and hopefully they feud The Miz with a credible face to make him heel again, because Miz sucks as face.
Yeah, that's the fork. I really thought he was going to shine as a face, but I don't know. It's like when he tries to be like that tough guy babyface, he just looks like a goofball. Like you see what he's like taking off the suit and he's trying to go at Axel, and like he's making that face. I'm like, oh, this is pretty brutal. And I thought Axel cut a good promo on Monday after Jericho. I'm not really sold on him yet. He's young or whatever. And I got to watch more of him, but no, I guess it's just a filler match at this point. I hope Axel goes over clean. For some reason, I think he's going to go over.
This is the Miz, Alan. Remember, this dude the night after he won the Intercontinental title went over clean again, like lost to Wade Barrett clean in the middle of the ring. So I'm pretty sure Curtis Axel could probably beat the Miz clean. The Miz is the only babyface next to Kofi Kingston you can beat clean in that ring.
That is a very good point. I also, some they book kilos or whatever, but yeah, it's a filler, man.
Yeah, it is.
Because I actually really do like the guy, but unlike most people.
I like the Miz too. I just feel bad for the Miz because it's like, you're right, when he's taking off a suit in the stupid face. Like, I love the Miz as a heel because he wouldn't want to confront you. He was a great pussy heel, and the thing is, he plays such a great pussy heel. Like, people think like the pussy heel nowadays is running away and shit like that. No, the Miz was the best pussy heel because he would talk so much shit, but when the shit went going, the Miz would be the first one running away, and he would still talk shit afterwards.
They need to reverse like the roles. They need to
make Curtis Axel the babyface.
They gotta put Ryback in Miz's role, Miz and Ryback's role.
Exactly, but
the kind of management they gotta do here.
Speaking of Cryback or whatever his new name is, Ryback is taking on Chris Jericho. Okay, Alan, is there any way Ryback loses this match and keeps up his great losing streak on pay-per-view?
Watch him lose by like DQ or something. I'm pretty sure when Jericho always looks at other people, but look, I love Jericho. He's my favorite all the time, but I don't know how. First of all, there's been like barely any build up. Second of all, I don't know what win over Jericho you know,
Big.
supposed to look like that credible. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I agree because it's like Jericho has been getting his ass kicked for like the last like Jericho's like in the same position as Ryback. I mean, Jericho's last big win is against Fandango. What?
Yeah.
Like, I
Well,
agree.
you know what helps? Though? He's won some matches on TV, like how he beat Axel, and that's Axel's first loss on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So at
That's
least
true.
they're doing something. Might be goes around, but I just think there's been like no build up. Like where was the build up on Monday? Why
I,
was that couple?
I think this is a Friday night SmackDown build up match where the people who actually have to tune in. Like from what I understand, Ryback has a knee injury. Jericho's been making fun of that knee injury. Ryback got stopped by the Miz in that one match. Jericho code braked him, and then afterwards, the following Raw, Chris Jericho beat Axel and Ryback hugged Vicky Guerrero. I guess that's the build up.
Yeah, because Vicky lost.
Do you think Vicky's gonna come out next to Ryback now? Was that just a sign of
How
things to
that would
come?
benefit him?
Because the dude can't fucking talk.
That is true, but he will get heat, but it's just I don't know a character like him being a dominant. Does he really need a manager?
Well, he's no longer a dominating character. They're making him more like a put.
True.
They're making him Batista Miller Light. Like he's the Miller Light Batista. That's what he is right now because he did what Batista did, and like Batista was like the nicest, richest beer from Europe, but Ryback, he's like the American watered down beer. That's what Ryback is. Oh, Batista. That's all he is.
Yeah, I don't know, but to me, like the past few months, they just completely destroyed one of their top baby faces, and he was getting old. No denying, he was getting chance, and they turned him heel, and they really just destroyed his career. But the one thing they have to do is keep him away from Cena as much as possible. Make people forget that feud ever existed.
That's going to be hard because WWE is going to shove that down our throats forever and ever and ever. All right, I think we're done with all the normal single matches on this card. Now we're going to move on forward to the World Heavyweight Championship match between Del Rio and Ziggler. I expect nothing but good things in this match, but I don't think Ziggler is going to win here. I think they're saving that for SummerSlam because I feel SummerSlam is going to be the show where the IWC is going to jizz all over and everyone's going to be like, oh, that's a 10 out of 10 and all that other stuff. So I actually think Del Rio is going to win by DQ, and this leads to like a no DQ match at SummerSlam or something like that.
That'd be cool. Yeah, and for some reason, I think one of the matches I'll have to get for you is going to end in a cheap finish. I don't think it's be Henry seeing them because they got to get they don't want Henry in the title picture from SummerSlam. It's either going to be, I think, Ryback Jericho or this match is like a shaky finish, but Carl Rodriguez got suspended. I don't know how to be a DQ finish, but by the way, how do you think this build-up's pretty lackluster? Like, what the hell is Monday?
Ziggler humping the air, saying Alberto Del Rio's name, and Sin Cara attacking Del Rio.
Like, first off, Ziggler comes out, he's kind of promo during a match, and then like nobody gives the official result of the match, and there's no ring bell. I don't know, speaking on the job, but I recently, for the best ones I haven't watched SmackDown, I started getting into it because they actually put on good matches there, but even then, I still don't see a lot. Like, I thought they could score but nothing.
Yeah, I agree. The build-up for this feud is nothing. I think like the biggest thing that has happened is that Dolph Ziggler came out on SmackDown and hit Del Rio with the guitar in his Fiesta. Like that's like the biggest thing, and then the second biggest thing is when Dolph Ziggler cost Del Rio the champions versus champions match. Those are the only two things that I really feel like there's no build-up to this feud. But just expect a great match. We know we're gonna get a good match. Del Rio's a great worker. Ziggler's a great worker. I feel bad for Del Rio. I like everyone gives Del Rio so much shit, but this dude's a great worker. It's just that he sucks being a character, no matter what. Like I just feel that he's one of those guys that doesn't understand how to be a character. I don't know if it's like the language barrier because people forget that he learned English in like under a year before he came to America. So maybe he still has problems with the language barrier or understanding the American culture. But I feel bad because this guy's a great talent. I truly do love watching Del Rio wrestle more now than I did in 2011. I feel he's evolved so much.
Dude, spot on, dude, spot on. Because don't get to him, he seems like such a nice guy. Like I've heard a few interviews. I'm like, he's such a likable. Seems to be a very likable guy. And I don't want to root against guys that that are that likable. Like, and the real, I'm not really indifferent. I actually do like him because, like I say, he's one of the best workers I come to. I do think so. I think he works better as a heel, but as a character, yeah, he's lost. I don't know what the hell he can do. It's just, it's sad. Like, I don't think he's ever gonna be a big deal. Like, he'll be just one of those guys where transition champion, I guess.
Yeah, because like he's someone that's just like really good in the ring, and he's someone that can tell a good story. It's just that you just don't know his character. Like, yeah, he can play a good heel, but what's his heel character? Like, there's no character at all. Like, he never had a character. Like, the closest thing he had to a character was like that whole it's my destiny type of thing. But Dolph Ziggler, what's his character? Is he now just is
dude,
he?
it looked so bad. It's like, dude, instead of like putting Ziggler over as a face, they have him face freaking 3M Big. Like, what is that? That's not how you
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, if you want Ziggler to be put over as a face, have him face like Roman Reigns or like Ryback or something.
Cesaro tonight, but I don't know how much that'll help.
Well, we're going to talk about Cesaro pretty soon, but first let's get to the WWE Championship match. John Cena is taking on our good old friend Mark Henry, but I've been liking what they've done, and I feel bad for Mark Henry because the dude's not going to win the title, and it fucking sucks because everything they're doing is really making you buy into Mark Henry. And the thing is, this match is pretty unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen, but everything they're doing is spot on perfect with Mark Henry. The video package, I downloaded that shit. That's like the first video. That's the first video package I've downloaded from WWE since the CM Punk and John Cena won the Money in the Bank before the actual match, when they used to show those video packages. I download that Mark Henry package because it's fucking awesome. Like, I love watching that video package. Like,
my favorite thing was when he throws the ref over. I think it was in like 2011 SmackDown. He throws the ref over like a camera or wherever it was. Or
yeah.
Production thing.
Yeah, and then he makes that weird ass face.
Yeah. The one thing I hope for Mark Henry is that he gets a big SummerSlam match. Like, put him against somebody at SummerSlam, and I don't know who, but give him something big because I think the build-up's actually been really good. I know Cena's. God, like I said, we try to like Cena. This guy, man, he makes a fat joke on something. How do you make a... He's got a serious promo. He's like, yeah, what are you home? You need a Snickers bar?
I know, seriously.
Cena, I want to root for you, man. God.
He needs to get his shit together. Like, I swear, Cena is just like, I don't know if WWE tells him go out there to be corny as balls because, like, Cena seems like this guy that has a mean edge. I don't like that's that's what people have problems with John Cena. It's like, yeah, some people can agree maybe he sucks in the ring or some bullshit, but it's just that you don't really want to relate yourself to a corny guy, especially when you look at the size of John Cena and he's acting like a little kid. Like, he's acting more like Dwight Howard than like a fucking real man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how Dwight Howard's really big and guys are like, man, I wish I could be big as Dwight Howard, but I don't want his personality. That's like with John Cena. We wish we were John Cena. We wish we had all the money, but we don't want to be exactly like the dude because he's really fucking corny.
Pretty much, man. It's crazy. Like, imagine if you did Austin, like, say, that would happen. How would that freaking, promos be back and forth?
Terrible, because Austin would go hard and Cena would be like, all right, you go over and go play your Texas Hold'em and all this other stuff that's like for little kids.
Why don't you stick those 2 middle fingers up your behind? Some cheesy
up your behind. My time is now, 2005.
It's the best, man. It's too... John Cena, man, he's began pushed since what 2005.
Yeah.
And now he says this is UFC.
Yeah. It's
had plenty of years of season.
Yeah, we've had plenty of years of season Cena. Like 2005, 2007 was a year of Cena. I don't know what would you rank 2009 up there with the year of Cena because he had that huge feud with Orton. Yeah, 2009 is the year of Cena. 2011 was definitely the year of Cena. in 2012. Cena won Superstar of the Year and didn't do jack shit.
Well, 2010, I know he was tough, but he that awful Nexus just going on and
Oh
on.
God.
Like, but anyway, Cena's going to go over here.
Yeah, Cena's gonna win, but I like how WWE has been booking this to the point where you could actually believe maybe Mark Henry has a shot.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be very emotional invested in this. Like if Mark Henry is the world strongest slam, I'm gonna be jumping up at that, and then when the ref goes to when it's an asshole, it's like no.
If Mark Henry somehow wins, I think I'm gonna cry. Hey, why not? I mean, Kane held the title and then changed hands in a day. Why not Mark Henry?
That was 1998, and I think Kane was like 30 years old. But
Yeah, that's true. All right. Moving on forward to the Rising Stars or the All Heel, the SmackDown World Heavyweight title, whatever you want to call it, Money in the Bank. Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow, Dean Ambrose, Bondongo, Jack Swagger, and Antonio Cesaro. So me and Alan are going to just talk about each guy individually and then, give it our thoughts that they are going to win or if they have a chance. And starting off with Wade Barrett, former Intercontinental Champion. Alan, what are chances of Wade Barrett winning this match?
For some reason, man, for me, he's a dark horse just because I think he's not doing anything, but I feel like they're going to somehow push him in some way and get behind him. I don't know why. Just he's been doing nothing for weeks now, and it's like he could be like the shock winner. Like you remember how Jack Swagger won in 2010?
Yeah.
I wish we could forget that. And he was doing nothing. That could be way better right there. He's a dark horse. Yeah, he's up there for me.
I actually see Barrett as like a favorite, maybe because everyone's just like choosing him, but I see him more as a favorite than a dark horse. There's someone later on that I think will actually win it just because WWE would do it. But yeah, it would make sense for Barrett. I mean, the European tour comes in the fall. You could have a cash in the UK. That'd be a fucking epic moment for Barrett's career. He has a chance. I give him a chance. And that's pretty much it. My thoughts on Wade Barrett. Cody Rhodes, does he have a chance?
I know. Like, I know maybe he could shock because, people be like, hey, what's the difference between Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes right now? They've done jack shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it's just like, they don't have no faith in this guy. And I don't know. To me, like, I do give props to Cody Rhodes. He does try different gimmicks, but, like, his offense doesn't look believable. Like, when I feel like he's attacking somebody, it's just like, it's just hitting him. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, disaster kick, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sour on Cody Rhodes right now. I don't think he has any shot.
Because when I was looking at Cody Rhodes and I was kind of just looking back on his career, as IC champion and stuff, I was like, yeah, I can see what people are thinking as a main eventer, but I get what you're saying about his offense. And so I came down to the conclusion that Cody Rhodes, he's just a solid dance partner for other wrestlers. Like, the dude can put on a good match with other wrestlers. He's kind of fun to watch. You know you're going to get a good match with Cody Rhodes because he's a good dance partner. And that's how I view Cody Rhodes. And that's not a bad thing to be a good dance partner.
He's still young, too, man. Like, yeah. He still has a shot one day. It's just right now, they're not, he's not really doing anything. I mean, it's booking's fault, but I also think, like, he's kind of struggling in a way.
Yeah. Damian Sandow, would you agree he's the high favorite for this match?
He's been booked like shit, but he's another guy where I'm like, they have to have something for him because he's too brilliant just to keep wasting away. Like, yeah, he's definitely a favorite. And I don't know if that's me being biased because he's one of my favorites, but to me, I think, they have to have something for him. I think they got me behind, especially that they booked him with Sheamus.
Yeah.
They booked him with Sheamus, not Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there is something big coming for Damian Sandow. He is one of the favorites to me. Out of all three of the, there's three favorites in this match, and we're moving on to the next one. Dean Ambrose. I feel like he's a heavy favorite. I feel like he's a guy that could possibly win this match, but I highly doubt it just because he's a United States champion.
Yeah, I don't know if they want to push him so early, but one thing that stands out is that he wasn't a part of the backstage segment last night. They kind of kept him away, and it's like maybe this next time. Because I remember a few years ago, it was a Raw Money in the Bank, and they had like that match, like everyone was competing, but Del Rio wasn't competing, and Del Rio he said, "Oh, I'm going home" or whatever, and Del Rio ended up winning. So it's like. And, they kind of stopped him. Think about it. I think he has the only guy with momentum right now, Dean Ambrose, that he had in that match. So he's definitely a favorite, but for some reason, I think it's too early for him. I think he's gold.
All right, then moving on forward to Vince's pet project, Fawn Dawn Go.
Not a shot. I think the buzz has come up, and I like Fandango. I actually used to watch NXT, and I did like Johnny Curtis, but I just think I don't know if the concussion hurt him or just I don't know lack of character development, but he's in a rut.
To be honest, he's the dark horse that I've been thinking that they
Ooh,
might throw.
he is Vince's prep project. That's the one.
That's the one thing because it's like okay, because remember the 2011 Money in the Bank? Okay, I'm a fan of Daniel Bryan, but I didn't give Daniel Bryan any shot of winning that fucking match. It was Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Sheamus was the next person I said, and then I even said maybe even Sin Cara just because Triple H loves the dude so much.
Yeah, definitely.
I did not give Daniel Bryan a shot, and I feel Fandango, he could actually win this shit because in a way, like Fandango is like a safe person to give a Money in the Bank because you can build him up any way you want. You have a year to use this guy as a contract. And even then, if you have a World Heavyweight Champion and you just want them to look good by beating two people, especially for Dolph Ziggler as a babyface, just have it where Fandango comes out, Ziggler fucking zigzags him, wins 2 matches in a row, makes Ziggler look like a boss or something, even though it is against Fandango. But he is someone that's like a safe option. So I really feel that he has a high chance of winning this match.
The issue is I also think it's not going to get any reaction if he wins. It's going to be like, huh? Really?
yeah, everyone's going to be like, what? Okay,
going pretty hard.
Oh, yeah, Philadelphia's going to boo this fucker. Jack Swagger.
No shot. No shot. I wish he was still off TV.
Hey, we the people, him and Cesaro. That's a solid tag team, actually. I like that tag team.
Interesting tag team. I'm happy to, some people are complaining about why Cesaro doing some like, what would you guys Cesaro doing this or jobbing out like he was a few months ago doing nothing? At least he's a part of something, Swagger, I don't think, especially if he had that rest, I think you actually would have the title right now. Like, I think if everything would have went right, he actually would have gained a real push. Now, I don't think they're going to get a big
Yeah.
He's not going to.
I hope they make fun of him and they tell him go up there and try to pull off the briefcase like you did at WrestleMania 26. I hope they rib him in this match.
Took like 2 minutes.
Yeah, just have him up there trying to pull off the briefcase like he did at WrestleMania 26. Now,
God, that was awful, man.
Now, to me, this guy's the third favorite, but he could be in the dark horse category as well. Antonio Cesaro. I feel Cesaro is a dark horse / favorite in this match. I feel WWE is doing the right things with the We the People. And I feel like if you want to give it to someone that you know you can book long term and you can just wait off a while before making him cash in, it is Antonio Cesaro. I feel Cesaro is like the win-win situation where everyone else is kind of a win-lose situation. For Cesaro, I feel it's like a win-win if you have this guy because he is European. The European crowd's going to love him if he cashes in Europe. He's a very likable guy, very exciting to watch. He can build off a character in about a year time. He has a year to cash in. And honestly, I feel Cesaro is like the win-win type of guy. He's like the perfect guy to win this match, but I highly doubt he will, but I hope he does.
Another truth is, like, if he wins it, they're going to be in that stable. It's like him and Swag. It's like, what Swag just to stand there, like, oh, you want to go in back to guys,
Yeah.
I think he's great. Look, I love Cesaro, great word, but I'm not a big fan. I just don't see it faith right now, but I'm so awesome about this match. I know it's all a heel, and it's like, losing their reaction, but it's very unpredictable. I haven't seen a Money in the Bank match this unpredictable in quite some time.
Yeah.
It's really hard to predict. Like, I really can't give you a clear answer, but, I'm going to give you a real prediction soon, but they booked this pretty well.
Yeah, I like this. I can't wait for this Money in the Bank match. I think it's going to be the better one of the two, even though the other one has all-stars in it, and we're going to pick on that, but I'm going to go with my prediction. I got Cesaro winning this match. I feel Cesaro's going to win. I'm predicting with my heart here. I feel Cesaro's going to win this match, but most likely it's going to be Fandango.
Yeah, I'm also saying winning. Yes, Cesaro, but man, just for some odd reason, it's going to be the oddball thing. He's going to do it. They're going to say oddball. I think it's going to be way better, man. For some reason, it's like I think they're high on this guy, and they just wanted to job him out a few months, kind of like what they did Dolph Ziggler last year.
Mm-hmm. And then give them the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Like, huh? Sorry, what?
And then just give him the Money in the Bank briefcase, being like, hey, remember Wade Barrett? He's a good talent.
It's just a Barrett Barrage. I just heard the Barrett Barrage on his freaking face.
Barrett Barrage on the briefcase. Oh god. They don't really customize the briefcases anymore. They're just red and blue. It's kind of boring. But
That just was pretty cool.
yeah, no, Edge has RVD had a cool design with the RVD trunks on it.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So yeah, I might pick Barrett, but I really do hope it's just Cesaro or Cena. And the rest of the night, to me, I don't think he really needs it right now. This time.
Yeah, but he's U.S. champ, but it's fine. So now we move on forward to the All-Star Money in the Bank. And this is an all-star group of people. We have CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Sheamus, Christian, Kane, and the return of Rob Van Dam. Now we're going to start with Rob Van Dam here. Rob Van Dam, do you think he has a shot? But he's definitely going to be the hottest fucker when he enters that building in Philadelphia.
Reaction-wise, absolutely. Is he have a shot? No. He's one of the least likely guys. I just don't think they're gonna put faith in. And remember, this is the Raw one. If it was a SmackDown one, maybe a little shot, but they're not gonna give him, the briefcase on the biggest show. I like Rob Van Dam, but he's never been like a huge draw. This isn't like this is a big star coming back, but this isn't like if it was Batista, then maybe. But to me, Rob Van Dam, I can't see him. What's the point of putting the briefcase on the A show?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about Rob Van Dam, I remember someone was like, why are they putting him in the Money in the Bank ladder match and not a single match? Why would they make RVD lose on his debut? I'm like, who cares if RVD wins or lose? He's just going to do his 5 fucking moves and that's it. Like, RVD has gone so down in production in his wrestling moveset, it's ridiculous. But, this is a perfect match for RVD. Do a couple frog splashes, RVD kicks, rolling thunders, maybe the Jerry Lynn whatever kick they call it. It will be a good match for RVD. I think he'll have a good showing, but he ain't gonna win this shit. What about former Money in the Bank winner? There's a lot of former Money in the Bank winners. Rob Van Dam's one of them. Former Money in the Bank winner Kane. Does Kane have a shot of winning this? Is he the dark horse?
I don't know if Kane's competing after that attack. There's rumors he might not compete. I always like Kane.
Is this the debut of Steen? Is Steen gonna work both TNA and WWE? It's like Rob Van Dam comes out and all of a sudden the lights come out. Everyone thinks it's Undertaker, but then we hear Steen's WCW music or TNA music.
No, it's Philadelphia. It's gonna be Tommy Dreamer or something. Kane. No, he's not guy doesn't have much of a shot. I don't know if he's gonna compete.
I forgot because didn't WWE report that he had like spinal fluid, something like that, like.
I just hope they don't put Bray Wyatt in this match. I just think it's a horrible way right now. Let him. Don't even wrestle right now. Let him do his Rocky shit. We'll talk about Wyatt fan, but to me, if anything, put it at 6 minutes. I don't think it's gonna hurt the match whether they do 6 or 7.
Yeah, exactly. Christian, ladder match expert. Do you just feel Christian is just in here to do great fucking spots because he's the only guy that really knows how to do great spots in ladder matches out of everyone else in the ring?
Pretty much, man. Yeah, he's just here to do his stuff, man. I'm super happy Christian's back. I always loved Christian.
Yeah, same here.
But he's just here to put on good matches. That's the whole point. And I think he's happy. I think he's enjoying himself coming back.
Speaking since Rob Van Dam's returning, and Kane might not wrestle, do you think this might be a ploy just to get Rey Mysterio in the match? Just because
I don't think he's healthy.
Because what does Rey need to do in the match? All he needs to do is 1-6-1-9 and one ladder dive, and then he's set. That's what he did in the Money in the Bank 2011 match. He just kind of did nothing.
He's healthy there. Right now, I doubt it. But the one cool thing with Christian, I'll say, is that it's really cool to see him in a big time match. Like, Christian, he's always been, kind of upper mid card, and last year he was in the World Heavyweight title match, the SmackDown or the hell you want to. It's really cool to see him compete with the big time guys.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good one. Sheamus, do you feel Sheamus is kind of like a favorite / dark horse? Like, I mean, the dude has wrestled 123 matches. Actually, maybe now 124 matches at this point in this year, and has won 100 of them. Like,
saw that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Sheamus wrestles a lot, people, and I don't know. Like, I feel Sheamus has a shot of winning this match. Like, I feel that WWE wants to swerve us because and really wants to rebuild Sheamus up. It'll be a good way for Sheamus to turn heel by cashing in the Money in the Bank. But I don't know. It just depends. I feel Sheamus is a solid option if you give him the Money in the Bank. It won't be a bad one.
He's definitely up there, I think, because when you look at guys, they're always pushing over the line. I just think either him or Orton have to turn heel eventually. Because both of them, his face, it just doesn't seem right. Like their interactions are just pretty like I don't know, it just doesn't look fluid. It's, not their matches, but like when they talk, backstage promos or whatever.
Yeah. Also, why don't they just keep Randy Orton and Sheamus as a babyface tag team? Like, do what TNA did with Robert Roode and James Storm. Make like Viper Irish or Viper Celtic or something.
Viper Irish.
I don't know, like fucking some whatever WWE wants to call it. Yeah, I agree with you about Sheamus. He needs to turn heel. He needs to do something different with his character. I'm tired of hearing these Irish folklores that are really cool.
And I don't know if I should blame booking, but to me, like him trying to be like all comedic, it just doesn't seem.
Yeah.
Like, Sheamus, he's a big man that could move, but he's got a shot though. He's compared to people like Christian, RVD, and Kane, he's got a pretty damn good shot compared to them.
Yeah. Next up, the man. I feel this is why he's been losing matches. I don't know if WWE's pissed off at him, but Randy Orton, he's kind of in a weird position. Like people are saying, yeah, Randy Orton, he's a guy that can win this match, but he's been losing a lot of matches. The momentum isn't there, and I kind of feel like it's the divorce that's killing him. I feel WWE may be mad at Orton about the divorce being out there in the world, like that he got divorced from his wife. Because remember, like I don't know if anyone watched the Randy Orton DVD. His whole DVD was about his family and shit, and his wife and stuff like that. And so maybe that hurts Randy Orton a bit. Maybe Randy Orton has been we don't know backstage or anything, but maybe Orton has been very bitter backstage or been very angry backstage. But the dude has been turning up his level of wrestling. Like this has been the best Orton we have seen in the ring since like I want to say like 2007 or 2008 in the ring. Like this is been some good shit for Orton inside of the ring. He's been wrestling great matches like every single week, but he hasn't been winning much. So he is a favorite just because his name is Randy Orton. But it's but it's just that I don't know. I don't know like how you could give him the Money in the Bank. Like I don't know. It's just weird.
I put him as the second most guy that's going to win because he's, like I said, it's always a threat just because, he's Randy Orton and, I think it's just a matter of time for they push him. And, yeah, he's got 2 strikes, but they're going to finally push him eventually. But it's really sad, the voice, because, I watched the DVD too, and he just seemed like really calm and cool, and he's such a loving family. Now I'm just like, ugh, like I read it this morning. Like I was gonna make a joke before you brought up Orton, but I was like, I kind of feel dirty.
You could joke about it.
He seems like because everyone knows Orton how he's he can be a dick and he was kind of a immature guy. Like now when he's calm and peaceful, it's like it's kind of cool. But now it sucks. But you're right about the match. Yeah, he's working with guys like Christian and Punk and Bryan, and all 3 matches were really good. Like I know people don't watch SmackDown a lot, but that Christian Orton match is also
yeah. No, I watched it because I've been watching SmackDown more and more just because like in my reviews I would be like, wait, why is Ziggler attacking Jericho? And someone's like, Chase, you should really watch SmackDown. I'm like, fine, I will, but I'm not gonna review it because like everyone's like, this happened on SmackDown. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, I should start watching SmackDown now. But yeah, it's just like Orton. Like the dude's a nice dude. I'm glad that his wife and him are better off than John Cena and his wife because I think John Cena and his wife are still fighting over shit. But shit, man, TMZ really let out how much Orton's being paid. $237,000 a month. Holy
yeah.
fuck.
I think any talk of him being mad backstage, you could smell his paycheck.
Yeah, it's like oh my god, and then not only that. His child support that he has to pay a month. Holy fuck. I don't even think Antonio Cromartie with all his baby mamas pays this shit. $4,500 a month.
That's kind of chump change for him though, man.
That is chump change, but that's still a lot of money for child. When my parents divorced, my dad just had to pay like $800 or $900 a month.
Wow. Well, I don't think your dad's a WWE.
That's true. Maybe, because Orton does love his daughter. He said it. He said in many interviews recently, like oh, I love my daughter and all this other stuff. So maybe he just wants his daughter to know, like, hey, daddy still loves you. It's just your mom's a bitch or something like that.
Yeah, I think Woods for me is top two in terms of winning this match. I give him a pretty good shot actually.
All right. Moving on forward to the best in the world, Mr. Hugh Jackman, the Wolverine, CM Punk. Is CM Punk right now just looking like the Wolverine? So that way WWE can co-promote with the Wolverine like every other sports network is and everyone else is doing?
That's a good question. It could be, he's a comic book fan. So.
Yeah, I like his. What do you think about his new look? I like it. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No, I don't mind the look. And people are complaining about it. It's like,
Yeah,
I understand why some people complain about looks, but CM Punk's always been that guy that changes his look. Like he's just, whether it's facial hair or actual hair style.
yeah. Like I think
respect that.
I like it. I mean, this is as good. It's like a nice, good-looking look. He looks a lot more. He looks like a lot more intimidating than he did when he just had like the what was the haircut he was rocking before? Just the buzz head. Like he just had the buzz head with the little goatee. Like he didn't look as good. Like I like this a lot better than what he had before. I mean, it's no like straight edge society with the large beard and the long. It's no straight edge society or his 2011 run where he had the nice looking beard and the slicked back hair. But I like this look. I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, and it's cool how you change his look. I think a lot of guys just change their looks. Like one thing I get more RVD shit about is the same ponytail that's still out of date. So I respect him for
Yeah.
changing his look, but he has no shot winning this match.
Yeah. Sadly, Punk doesn't. He's gonna touch the briefcase at least once or twice. There's gonna be teasers of him winning it. But like he's facing Brock Lesnar next month. We all fucking know that. If you don't know CM Punk is facing Brock Lesnar, stop watching wrestling. Just stop. He's not winning this match. Huh?
You're spoiling it. You can't say that. I thought it was one because Michael McGill was like, oh.
Oh, no, not against his old Nexus buddy. Not against his old Nexus buddy. He ain't gonna fight Michael McGillicuddy.
Yeah, good point. And this guy's
Daniel Bryan, the heavy favorite.
Thing is, though, man, and I agree with everybody saying this. It's kind of odd that the guy that usually loses at the pay per view goes well strong on Raw, and he was the guy standing on Raw. It's like, little. Because how it is. Like, you see Mark Henry, he went over on Monday, he's probably going to lose on Sunday. It's like, that's a little concerning. They're really you got to pin on Sheamus. When does that ever happen? Come on.
Yeah, like, Daniel Bryan is on a hot streak. Wasn't there, like, reports that him and Triple H argued, and Triple H is like, it's cool, man. You're one of my favorites or something. Like, I've been hearing a lot of talk, like, Daniel Bryan facing Cena at SummerSlam, but this is my thing. Does Daniel Bryan really need to win the Money in the Bank to face Cena at SummerSlam? Can't he just win a number one contenders match on Raw? I mean,
no, he doesn't. But I don't know. To me, I think they want to kind of, I don't know about legitimize the Money in the Bank necessarily, but like they want to have somebody do the RVD, like have the briefcase for say, I'm gonna challenge you to a match. You know what I mean? I think that's what I want to do. Or with Cena, I forgot Cena did the last year. Never mind.
Well, Cena didn't win. I think they want more people to cash it in cleanly and win.
Yeah, and you do make a good point, which is why who knows? Maybe he won't win.
I'm not saying like I hate Daniel Bryan. I'm just saying like, does he really need to win the Money in the Bank to face Cena? I mean, he can just win a number one contenders match. It's not that hard. Like put him and Punk in a number one contenders match or something, and then have Brock Lesnar come out near the end. People will be happy because it's Punk versus Bryan, and people will be happy because Brock Lesnar came out and screwed CM Punk. You could have that type of deal going on, but I feel Daniel Bryan. I feel Daniel Bryan's gonna win, though. Do you feel Daniel Bryan's gonna win this match?
Right now, even though he got oddly booked, even though the bookings are kind of weird and they really are pushing strong, I still think Daniel Bryan's gonna put out. Hold on. 2 weeks ago, I was a lot more confident. Now I'm not so confident. But to me, I don't think they're giving a shame. And see some other guys, but I don't see it happening. It just seems too weird. And Owen's really the only other threat. But I don't know about Bryan, but
oh no, guys, RVD is gonna win this match.
No. He's gonna win the match and get arrested.
That's like every random internet fan saying that, like, RVD is gonna win this match.
He was 33 years old, not 43.
Yeah, exactly. If this was 2002 and everyone was on RVD's nuts like they were then, yeah, sure, why not? But this is 2013. But we're gonna move on forward towards Money in the Bank, and we're gonna look at the debut of the Wyatt family, much anticipated. Everyone was like, "Oh, I can't wait for this." Wyatt came out, they attacked Kane. What were your thoughts on the Wyatt family? I felt like their debut was cool how they entered, but I just felt attacking Kane was just kind of like weak. I was like, really, just Kane? Why don't you attack Christian? He's in the ring too, right? Like attack both of those guys.
Let me ask you a question. Who on the roster right now, like who could have the Wyatt family attack and it would kind of, make somewhat of an impact? Like imagine if they did something they said like Zack Ryder or something. Nobody would really like pop. I mean, they'll pop a little bit and be like Zack Ryder. Really. It's like I don't know who on the roster they could have attacked.
Randy Orton.
Roaring down. I could have seen that anybody, but to me, they weren't going to attack Punk. They weren't going to attack Bryan. Those are the game much. They weren't going to attack Sheamus. So I think Kane's the fall guy, and I know some people will be like, "Oh, Kane, he's not that. He's not that intimidating anymore." But Kane's a credible guy. Nobody could deny that.
Yeah, he is.
That's a credible name,
and I just felt Orton would be a better option, just because I feel that if Bray Wyatt wants to go on past and everything. He could have because it could be a good storyline, like how he became Bray Wyatt is because of you, Randy Orton. You pumped me in the head and you unleashed this monster and all this other shit. So it could have been a good way to introduce Bray Wyatt, because people remember him as Husky Harris for some fucking reason. So I don't know how you remember that shit.
Right now, I want to talk about actual development. So what do you think about the report? I thought it was cool what they were doing report, but the issue was, why did they do this like 2 weeks ago? Why did they do it on the night of their debut, get a reporter? Sense to me.
I think it was just because they wanted to hype it up a little bit more. Like I think they were stealing from TNA and stealing their idea of what TNA does with their backstage shit. So I feel like they were like, hey, let's just do this. TNA is doing it. It works well for them, so why don't we?
I love when the TNA guys, they try to get a word with Hulk or Brooke, and they're really like, can we get a word, please? All right, thank you.
And Hulk Hogan's like, no, brother, leave me alone, dude.
It's like, what do you think about Bully Ray turning lockdown?
I love how somehow the cameras they will be looking at the window, but yet they can pick up the sound that Hulk Hogan's saying to Sting.
Jesus Christ. But I did think the report was a cool thing, but at first I would have done it a few weeks ago. But then the debut, and I think what do you think, what was cooler, the lantern or the rocking chair? I slightly put the rocking chair over the lantern, but both were cool as shit.
I would put the lantern because I didn't know where the fuck he was going in the ring, because he just came out. He just came out with the lantern, so I thought he was in the middle of the ring. I'm like, oh, he's in the middle of the ring right now. That's cool. And what is he sitting on? And then all of a sudden the lights came on. There's his two people that are part of the Wyatt family, and then he's in the rocking chair, and I'm like, oh shit, like WWE crew, they must have night vision goggles or something, because I don't know how the fuck they set that shit up. Because if you've ever been to a live show and you've ever had like the lights go out, son of a bitch, you can't see shit. I remember you can't see shit. I remember one time, like when I went to a SmackDown, Undertaker was facing Gregory Helms, because Gregory Helms, he was like to Teddy Long, I'm upset. I'm the longest reigning cruiserweight champion. I don't have a match on this show. I haven't had a match in 2 weeks. And then Teddy Long did his usual one-on-one with the Undertaker, and Taker came out. And before Taker comes out, they put the arena pitch black, like literally pitch black. All you can see is lights coming from the cameras. And then afterwards, they do this like purple lighting, and it's not really super dark when Taker comes out. But it's just like, goddamn, WWE crew, how the fuck did you get that rocking chair out so quick?
Impressive work, man. It just, those guys must be getting paid good money, because that was just so difficult. But maybe the lantern did help them. But no, I thought it was great touching. Honestly, I think the theme music choice is really good. Instead of going like the usual heavy metal route, they're going like this weird sadistic, this melody, and it's like everything just flowed perfectly. And what do you think about Luke Harper? I know his name's Rowan. What's his first name?
Eli, isn't it? No.
Eric Rowan? No.
I don't know what their name is.
He looks like one of the Highlanders.
Yeah, I don't know really. I only know Bray Wyatt, part of the Wyatt family. I've been caught up on my NXT, but I like those two. They seem like they're good bits for what Bray Wyatt wants in this faction. I don't know if they're ever gonna succeed past Bray Wyatt because like I feel Bray Wyatt's just the main guy, but I feel like they're gonna have like a solid impact while with Wyatt.
Well, I hear Luke Harper is actually a pretty good worker here. He did the indie stuff. I don't know much about Rowan, but I hear Luke Harper, he's actually highly touted.
All right, because I don't know like about much about these guys because like I just feel they're kind of there, just like how the rest of the Spirit Squad, which kind of just there for Kenny Dykstra. That's how I feel with
Yeah,
the Wyatt family. Like they're just kind of there for Bray Wyatt. They're gonna send them back down to NXT and repackage them as someone different.
yeah, pretty much. Although, as we all know, Kane Dykstra did not end up being the star of that group. It was Dolph Ziggler. Also, wasn't they positioning Johnny Jeter?
Wait, who are you talking about?
Spirit Squad. Weren't they also positioning Johnny Jeter to get a big push?
Johnny Cheater? I don't think so.
Oh, really? It was Kane Dykstra. Well, it wasn't Nick Nemeth. They Dolph Ziggler.
No Nick Nemeth, no Johnny Jeter, no Mikey, whatever his last name is, no Mickey. It was
Was
all
it
about
Mike
Kenny
Rondo?
Dykstra.
I don't know, Mike. But I thought if anything that was lackluster about this, and we'll get to to Rand soon. But I thought the beat could have been a little better. I don't know, maybe Kane was tired, but I don't think it was that gruesome.
Yeah. That's another thing that like I expected this being to be really gruesome. Maybe put Kane through the announce table because like when the Shield first came out, these motherfuckers put like then they put Ryback through an announce table and stuff like that. It's like why can't the Wyatt family do that type of deal? Like why can't the Wyatt family put him through an announce table? You know that type of deal. But um, yeah, I just felt the beating was kind of lackluster, and the Baltimore crowd they were cheering, they were going crazy, but then they were fucking idiots training Bray Wyatt. Like, what? Fuck you guys.
Husky Harris, they were
Oh
chanting.
yeah, Husky Harris. Hey, Baltimore, just be happy. Baltimore, just saying. The only reason why you have a Super Bowl is because you have a murderer on your team. Somehow, God has a twisted side. That's all I'm saying. The only reason why you
before
have two Super Bowls.
before I want to rip on the crowd, I do want to say, do you think maybe they should get another weapon? Because for me, the steel steps, it's kind of like you kind of do that spot too much. Like you think maybe they could have had like the kendo sticks or some kind of
I
weird
don't know,
weapon?
because Kendo Sticks is kind of like the new steel chair. Like every hardcore match I see, now everyone's pulling out the Sandman Kendo Sticks. Like,
Really?
yeah, like I just feel like the Kendo Sticks has kind of been overused too. Like, I don't know, maybe, like I said, the announce table is just perfect to use just because it makes a huge noise when you put someone through there. So, like, that's why I think it would have been better. Like, steel steps is pretty weak too because Lesnar and Triple H abused the shit out of those steel steps.
Oh, yeah. God, don't remind me. But maybe they could have used a different weapon though.
Yeah, I agree. A different weapon. Maybe bring out like their own weapon, like something that like the Wyatt family concocted. Like, wait, weren't they carrying shit in the video packages? Didn't they have like their own little like? Weren't they holding weapons like timber or lumber or something like that? Like in the promos?
I don't know. They should come out with a like what's it called, like groceries or something, like what Raven used to do.
Yeah, grocery cart full of like
That
weapons.
that's the good.
I would have liked it, but like, yeah, I think they could use had a different weapon, maybe like just something different that we don't really see them use on Kane, and just brutally harass Kane until Kane needs help out.
Another thing I also really like that I hope they keep doing is because we all know Bray Wyatt's like the leader, and they try to avoid having him, make him, fight other people pretty much. Like try not to use him in an attacking way. Like let his two henchmen do it to make him more look like a leader. That will get him even more hate. Like, wait, we're supposed to really respect this guy. But this guy, he's not even doing anything. It's his henchman. And I just think maybe avoid using Wyatt too much in the ring.
Yeah, I agree. Don't make him do 6-man tag team matches unless it's
No, 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 no.
a big deal. Like kind of like how Evolution was booked. Like did Triple H ever really team with Evolution like 8-man tag matches? No, that was what Randy Orton, Ric Flair, and Batista did. They're the ones who did the dirty work. Triple H would just sit around backstage with his blonde hair and his world heavyweight title, and he would just chill. Just make Bray Wyatt like that. Just have Bray Wyatt like you know what this tag team kind of reminds me of? The white version of LAX from TNA. This is like the white version of LAX, like how Conan. Well, it's kind of different because Bray Wyatt's younger, but like obviously because Conan, his career was coming down to this down. Like there was nothing really going on with Conan because he couldn't really wrestle a good match anymore. So it's like Conan was getting older, but he had those two henchmen. He had Homicide and Hernandez, and they were doing all the dirty work, and Conan, he would just be the mouthpiece for them. Like, have Bray Wyatt talk for these people. Have Bray Wyatt show that Bray Wyatt is the leader of these people by having him talk all the time. Don't make it where these two other guys talk. These guys should be silent. We should know nothing about them. This is all about how Bray Wyatt's some master manipulator and how he's the great. Like, just have him say one or two words, but don't make him talk. Like, kind of like what CM Punk did with the Straight Edge Society in a way, where I'm Doc. His name is Doc now, but I forgot his WWE name. Luke Gallows. How Luke Gallows did most of the dirty work for Punk, and Punk would talk, and all Luke Gallows would say is like a couple of words out here or there, never really talking all too much, you know? That type of deal.
Let's just hope the booking doesn't go straight to side, which I'll forever be bitter of those assholes. One last question for the live guy. Do you think they should add a girl in the group?
It could help. A woman could help, but I feel if you add a woman to this group, especially women in heel groups, if she's like really too cute, people are just gonna want to go see her and be like, "Oh yeah, I love the Wyatt family," because that hot girl comes out. They need a girl that's like hot, like how Melina to Eminem. Yeah, Melina was fucking hot to look at, but she was a major fucking bitch. So no one would want to love. Yeah, no one would want to love Eminem because Melina was like a little bitch. At one point, Caval had Lay Cool, and that was perfect for Caval. That was perfect for Caval. Like, didn't Low-Key retire? Caval, Sensi, Low-Key, didn't he retire? I heard he retired.
I heard he's coming back.
Oh, that's all right. Destination X, we'll see him there. But yeah, I was just like, you know, if the girl that goes with them is kind of like a girl that is good to look at, but a screaming bitch, like a bitch that, like, you know, yeah, she's good to look at, but I want to boo her because she's a bitch, then yeah. But if she's like just a cute little girl that does nothing but stands around at ringside, no, don't even bring her. Just kind of keep her to the wayside. Like how Summer Rae is. Summer Rae, really good to look at, but you know she's a fucking bitch. Or Maurice with Ted DiBiase. You know Maurice was just like treating Ted DiBiase like shit. That was like the best part of Maurice and Ted DiBiase, because she was just with Ted DiBiase because of the money, and she treated him like shit. The only time Maurice ever showed that she cared about Ted was when she was trying to when she was climbing the ladder to get the money in the bank.
That was awesome spot.
Yeah, we do miss Maurice. Do you miss Maurice?
A little bit here and there compared to other freaking divas on our roster.
I do miss her theme music. Her theme music was something that when she came out, you just knew, oh fuck, here she comes. Like, it had like that weird music. Oh god, hoorah!
If they do get a woman, I think also it has to come from developmental, because you can't have somebody on the main roster just be two. Like, I know some people say Caitlyn. I'm like, oh god, no.
And don't put AJ Lee's crazy ass in this group, because then
no,
because then the Wyatt family will just be the AJ Lee family.
Oh god, please no, please keep her with Big E or whatever.
Dude, do you think AJ Lee and AJ Styles talk about how bad their promos are together? Do you think they get
I'm thinking the new AJ Styles, man. That theme song is one of the most badass.
Yeah, it's been so long. I start singing that song randomly. Like, I almost want to do what AJ Styles is doing in real life just to see how people would react. Grow a beard, grow my hair out, wear like a random t-shirt with a leather jacket hood, come out in jeans, and just like sit there stone-faced.
And just tell people, you know, it's been, for years I've been trying to do it for you, but now it's all about me.
Yeah, exactly.
It took you 11 years, AJ.
Figured it out, but yeah, maybe that's what. Maybe AJ Lee calls AJ Styles. So what should I do for my promos? Don't talk that much. All right, talk to you later.
Last thing about the Wyatt family, and I gotta rip you out. So Baltimore, you know, you want some, you know, all wrestling fans want something entertaining. They want new. Yes, I think WWE has improved the past few months, but it's still, you know, it has to improve. Obviously, it's good. And everyone's excited about the Wyatt family. And everyone wants Bray Wyatt to come to the start. And you chant Husky Harris to remind people of, you know, a character which was like, 8 months, and, you know, he didn't look too good. Like, honestly, I always liked him. In NXT, I actually thought he was talented, but the thing was, I don't know about his weight, but just for his size, like, he wasn't that tall enough. Like,
yeah, and not to mention his name was fucking terrible.
Yeah, first of all, name was awful, and second of all, And I like how they sent him down, and he definitely resurrected his career. But this Monday, Raw's in Brooklyn, my neck of the woods. I'm not gonna be there sadly, but Raw's in Brooklyn, and I pray those fans do not chance go. If they do, guys, I will rip my own state. Okay,
Brooklyn.
I hope you guys never get a Raw for like the next year. I hope you guys get SmackDown and you guys get edited out for your bullshit.
Do you think Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, will make an appearance?
Oh. No, he has to go promote his
Magna Carta Holy Grail.
Yeah, he has to go do that.
Yeah,
I was gonna see Ray Rice though on Monday.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a wrestling fan. Like, it was just, he looked awkward as fuck though too. He was wearing a Brooklyn Nets hat. It was kind of funny.
I thought that Torrey Smith was the guy. I remember they mentioned that.
What, Torrey Smith is a wrestling fan? Is he?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I know a lot of NFL players are like Ben Roethlisberger. He says he hates Monday Night Football games because that means he has to miss Raw. Like, no, he said that. He said that. Oh, I hate Monday Night Football games because I have to miss Raw, and I like watching it every week. Like, Big Ben, do you not know what a DVR is? I'm pretty sure you have a bunch of money that you could get a DVR, but who knows? This is Ben Roethlisberger. But yeah,
the Pittsburgh offense line's like, this is why we don't block for you, Ben.
Because you missed Monday Night Raw. Hey guys, we really need to finish this game up because the pay-per-view's about to start, and I'm not missing that shit. He's like, I'm not missing that.
And the old line's like, you know what, Ben? We're gonna allow him to get sacked so you can be out for 3 weeks and you can watch your wrestling.
All right. No, Ben Roethlisberger. All right, it's game on the line. Ben Roethlisberger. Shit, pay-per-view starts in 5 minutes. Fuck it. Interception. Oh, I'm sorry. Mike Tomlin. Ben, what are you doing, man? Ben, what are you doing? Oh, sorry, Mike. I just saw that the DB was there, and I just wanted to force it because Mike Wallace was running the 9, and he's fast and shit. All right, Ben. All right, hey, I can't really do media. I gotta be somewhere, and then like Ben's driving to his house real quick, turns on to the pay-per-view. He's like excited.
No, it's the best. He goes, Ben, why haven't you learned a damn playbook? Stop watching Vicky Guerrero promos.
It's not much, but Coach, she's the best diva in the WWE.
She's the best heel. She gets the most heat.
Yeah.
Overall, to wrap this up. What expectations am I making? I think it's going to be a good pay-per-view, but like I don't expect anything earth-shattering to happen.
I think my expectations is that Jericho and Ryback is going to surprise us. I feel like that's the match where everyone's like, oh, I don't want to see this match, and including myself in it. And it turns out to be a really good match just because Ryback's a good big man worker, and Jericho's just good overall. It's going to be a good match. Axel versus The Miz is going to disappoint. AJ Lee and Caitlyn's going to be good. SmackDown Money in the Bank is going to steal the show. Raw Money in the Bank, it's going to be like the 2011 Money in the Bank. We're going to get a lot of high spots, but it's not going to be like, it's going to be enjoyable, but it's not going to be as good as the SmackDown. I always say SmackDown puts on the best Money in the Banks, and Raw always just puts on.
I'm surprised at that. Now a lot of people are saying it, but I can see why.
Because like SmackDown always puts on like the best Money in the Banks because like they always get the younger guys, and the younger guys don't give a shit because they're just told to do flips and shit. And so the SmackDown ones are always more fun, more Attitude Era-esque, while the Raw ones, they always feel like they're just single matches. Because like in the Raw ones, like, if you watch past Raw Money in the Banks, a bunch of motherfuckers get laid out to the outside, and then there's just two guys always fighting in the ring. Like they always put on WrestleMania 23 Money in the Bank, as I like to call it, because I feel WrestleMania 23 is still the worst Money in the Bank to date when it comes down to when you look at the Money in the Bank history. While the SmackDown ones always try to top the WrestleMania 24 Money in the Bank, which I feel is the best Money in the Bank that they've ever put on. Like, I always feel like the SmackDown one, there's a lot more fun, crazy, insane shit. While the Raw one, they do like one huge fucking spot, like 2011 when Evan Bourne did the fucking shooting star press on everyone. Yeah, like they do that one huge spot, but what else do you really remember from that match? You don't really remember much. From the SmackDown one, I can remember when Daniel Bryan kicked off Wade Barrett onto that other ladder, or Justin Gabriel with that sick 450 from the top with the ladder, and the Sheamus and Sin Cara doing the power bomb, and then the Legion of Doom tribute with Kane and Sheamus. Like, you know, there's some good stuff in the SmackDown one you always remember, but for the Raw one, it's just always one huge spot. I feel the Raw one's going to be a good match. I don't expect Lesnar to show up, but it'd be cool if he did. And Del Rio Ziggler, Yeah, Del Rio Ziggler is going to be a good match. Cena and Henry, it's going to be good for whatever, because Mark Henry has. I think Mark Henry has turned up his game in like the last like 4 years when it comes down to in ring work. Because before Mark Henry just didn't look like he gave a shit in the ring. Now he actually seems like he cares. So I expect this to be a solid match, but nothing that's going to be like, oh, match of the year contender. I think it's just going to be a solid match where Cena wins. I think it's going to be a good show. I don't think that it's going to be a bad show. It's pretty hard to make a show bad when you have two ladder matches on it. That's what I always say. Like you can't if you can suck making a ladder match show, just give it up. Like that's why I say give up TLC, because TLC, I don't know, people always say TLC has been good. I just feel like yeah, it's good, but the main event is always the best match on that fucking card anyways.
Exactly.
It's like TLC 2011 was the WWE Championship Triple Threat. Last year, Cena and Ziggler. Like, I always feel like the TLC matches are like the best part of the show, and then the rest of the show is just kind of whatever.
And I think maybe because maybe they want to build. Because remember, it's in between the Rumble and Survivor Series. I know Survivor Series isn't a big deal anymore, but maybe they go into like holiday mode and create. They're just like whatever. But.
Yeah, they're like, TNA had their biggest show of the year. They're gonna fuck up soon, so it doesn't matter. Quick little thoughts on TNA. Magnus, how good does Magnus look right now?
I'm happy for him. I don't know what to say. I did watch the promo. I thought it went a little too long, but good for him. And, they need to put young guys in his town. So.
I agree. I love Magnus. He looks good in the suit. I loved Magnus when he was Brutus Magnus. Like I was like, dude, I'm high on Brutus Magnus.
Really? A lot of people did not like him.
No, I loved that guy because he was like, the thing was Brutus Magnus was such like an '80s character. It was like that's what like was missing in wrestling. Those fun little goofy side characters that act like they're from another world. And that's what Brutus Magnus looked like to me. It was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? Like, this is awesome. But I still love the guy because I think he's extremely talented in the ring. He's probably the best British mic worker ever. I'm going to say that. I'm saying that on point. He's probably one of the best.
What do you mean by that?
Like out of all the people that come from Britain to wrestle, I feel he's one of the best mic workers, like, ever.
All time, you mean?
One of the best, yeah. Well, compared to Wolf and Regal, those are the only other two that I put up there.
Yeah.
Because like
he was very natural and confident. That's what I like about Magnus.
Yeah, because like Wade Barrett when he talks, put me to sleep. Sheamus when he talks, okay, shut up, Sheamus. What other British people are there that talk on the microphone? Not really that much. Like I just feel Magnus just has like a great. He just has a great look. He's becoming the British Bobby Roode to me. He looks like Bobby Roode in that suit.
That's a cool analogy.
The British Bobby Roode. Like Bobby Roode is still the man, but you just need to give Magnus some Bobby Roode theme music, and it'll be amazing. Just imagine him coming out to Bobby Roode's theme music.
Man, that would be pretty nuts. Oh man.
But what are they doing with? What is Bobby Roode doing? He's in the BFG series? I know that, but what is he doing?
We'll talk more about TNA next time, but I feel so bad for Bobby Roode. Like when I watch him, I'm just like, how is this guy still not a big deal? Like this guy, I still think him and Aries, they had such great chemistry together last summer, and I loved watching those matches.
Aries Roode, I kind of feel bad for TNA because like they fucked up so much throughout the years, but if there's one thing you can't doubt TNA for, they created a very great underrated feud that no one talks about. Which is sad. Aries Roode's a great fucking feud. It's a great fucking feud.
Some really fucking good matches, and I like how they said, even when Aries won, they're like, all right, let's see if you can do it again. And then he does it again. It's just wow.
I always remember that. What was the pay per view after Destination X? I always forget.
Or Justice.
Did they wrestle again at Hardcore Justice?
Yeah, they did, and Aries won.
Wait, wasn't the what?
It's kind of overbooked, but I still like the match.
Wasn't that like they had like the double finish or something, and they didn't know who won?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then Aries did that, and Roode was outside with the title, and Aries did that suicide dive, and then Roode hit him with the title. Oh my god, I actually thought Aries like fucking got concussed there. If you guys ever watch that match again, like that was a great match, but. AJ Styles theme music. What do you think about the Main Event Mafia's new theme? I think a lot of people are upset about that.
Isn't it like the same?
No, it's way different. I don't mind it, but it's way different than it was before.
Oh, I said, man, let's go. We'll talk about
Yeah.
TNA and
I just
we
wanted to
can
ask
talk.
some quick TNA questions. Like, what do you think about this? But Brooke Hogan for life. Remember that, brother. Um, her,
Yeah,
her,
we'll get definitely more into TNA
her
next
and Bully
episode.
Ray
We'll
are
build up
always
to.
forever. Bully Ray slash Brooke Hogan fan fiction coming to you soon. But hope you guys enjoyed this Money in the Bank preview with some TNA talk. Yes, people, I am reviewing TNA tomorrow. I know a lot of people are going to be shocked and amazed that I'm actually giving TNA some time. But I just been busy, so I hope you guys understand why I haven't been reviewing TNA. If you don't get a review Thursday, just know Friday morning for sure you're definitely getting a review because it's just that TNA, it's like it's a fun show to watch, but it's hard to review because everyone just wants to hear my reviews for the Hogan voice. No one really cares what I think about TNA. They just want to hear my
Yeah,
Hogan.
if you do the Hogan voice, man, it's just it's not right, man.
It's like that's like the trademark for TNA reviews because like everyone's like, you're like the best Hulk Hogan impersonation ever, and I'm like, thanks, man. I try my best to do a best Hulk Hogan I can, but thank you, Alan, for coming on and doing this with me. And remember,
Absolutely.
guys, you can check out Alan on Twitter. Um, Twitter/Alan_Sturk. That's going to be down in the description box. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Also, if you guys like what you saw, you can subscribe by clicking the little icon or down below. Comment what you guys think is going to happen at Money in the Bank. Who do you think are the favorites? Who do you think are the underdogs? Do you guys believe Fandango can actually pull this shit off? I don't, but it most likely will happen. Are you guys excited for Money in the Bank? You're excited for it, right? You're kind of excited?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love ladder matches, man. I
Yeah,
think Money
same
in
here.
the Banks is
I agree. Money in the
so,
Bank's gonna be awesome. So yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you all. When's the next time? Like probably like a couple of weeks from now.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. We'll see
Couple
how
of weeks.
SummerSlam builds and we'll see what TNA's doing.
And also we gotta talk about some MMAs and shit.
Yeah, that too. Oh boy. We got definitely got to Anderson Silver next.
And also Kevin Martin fucked the world. See y'all later.